Hey, assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Bitcoin Update today. So today I'm going to actually do some lengthy technical analysis. I actually feel like I'm in the mood to do some crazy analysis on one go. And if you're going to enjoy the video, just throw a special thanks to DXP, DXRP if you want to call them. And these are the first decentralized exchange that are going to be built on Ripple's XRP ledger. You can join their pre-sale right now. It's super cheap. You can get some money out of it. And also, if you want to get into a super low cap meme coins, SPX 6969 is going to be your friend. Now, Bitcoin on the other hand has made a statement, and there are some few things I want to show you that I think are going to be important moving forward from now on. And Bitcoin is tied, think of a man. Let's actually go and draw a rail here. So you have a rail and you have this is a wall. Okay, this is a wall right over here, and it's an ugly looking wall, I know, but just in a second it's just gonna make sense. And you have the rail that looks like this, and then over here you have the train. Okay, this is the train. So the train has that I don't know, this is like the nozzle here. This is where the smoke, the smoke is coming out of it, and this is like the front of the train, right? So you have the front of the train. So I'm actually gonna bring this here again, and now you have a man tied on the front of the train here with ropes, right? This is a human being. God goodness, this is a human flesh. This is a rail, this is a train. You've tied the man in front of the train, and you're just about to hit the wall. Okay, he cannot go anywhere. There's this force of the train, there's this huge velocity speed that is coming in from the train as well, and then you have this huge wall right now, and then the man is going to be hit with the wall. What is going to happen, guys? Obviously he's gonna die, right? He's gonna die. I don't know, maybe if magic happens and some power comes in and the man jumps off the train and then goes the other side, maybe he can survive. And the only way to do that is if the whales do actually, the only people who can throw the magic or make some miracles are the whales themselves. If they want to pump, they can do that. If they want to save the man, they can do that. Okay, otherwise the man is gonna die. If the whale are not gonna save it, the man is gonna die. So what I'm trying to say here is, this is your train right now. This is your train, okay? And since you have the train on the daily time frame, ever since April 22, you have lost this trend line, and you just went up for the retest, right? And from here you would actually even expect a move all the way down to the lowest part of it, which is $91,000. And we're going to get into $91,000 as well, but let me tell you where the wall really is, because we talked about the train and then we talked about the wall. Okay, so the train is done. This is the train. Okay, this is the train going in the full speed. It loses control right over here, right at this point. The break of that support is the loss of is actually the train losing support or getting off the railway track itself. And then the wall itself is on the 4-hour time frame. So what is this wall? You have Bitcoin that is struggling to get above right over here. Anytime you came up there, so one touch, move down, second touch, move down, third touch, move down, touch number 4. And guys, as I said, only the whales can save the man right now. So this is the man tied right over here. You're absolutely, like, the train is crashing and the wall is also crashing the man. So what is going to happen? If it's a superhero and if the whales come in, up you go, right? Up you go. No any other word. Otherwise, on a perfect world, you're going to go down, and probably $91K, $98,000, wherever down you're going to go. Now, for a very long time, speaking of $91,000, if we check Bitcoin, I don't know if it's one with an exclamation mark. Yeah, this is the one. So Bitcoin futures. And just for you, I have been looking at Bitcoin for maybe 4 or 5 months right now. I don't know. But this right here, let's go back in time. Do you see this, guys? This right here, right over here. I never took my eyes off it for a very, very long time. I never took my eyes off it. And this is a CME gap that was printed back in April, right? In April, we had a 93,000 all the way to 91,500 CME gap. It was never ever filled. Every other single gap, for example, this gap got filled up very quickly. This gap down here got filled up very quickly as well. And the remaining gaps, this gap was filled up, this gap was filled up, so many gaps were filled up. And this was weird, man. This was weird because one gap was never really filled, and the gap was right here at 91k. So if I do zoom out and actually show you this on a higher view, the prices just kept climbing, and we're currently right over here, right? Now the fact that you've done whatever you've done with Bitcoin, I do see Bitcoin moving down really badly. And as a matter of fact, this is a huge ascending broadening wedge. Okay, so this right here on the 4-hour time frame is a huge pattern, bearish one, and it's almost like an ascending broadening wedge. You can even put it like so as well if you want to put it, or let's say it's a channel. Maybe it's pretty much like a channel right now, and this channel, once it breaks, it goes to the downside. So for me, Bitcoin, I think September is also bad. The monthly time frame also looks a little bit bad here. So if we go to the monthly and I show you the monthly, stick until the end because I'm going to do more TA on more coins as well. So we're going to talk about Solana, we're going to talk about Ethereum in this one video, in this one go. And on the monthly time frame, Bitcoin has tweezer top as well right now. So the monthly does actually suggest that we could be looking for a huge correction this month. This month can actually be quite red, and September is always known for that. Right, so that was Bitcoin. Secondly, let's get to XRP before we get into other coins. And XRP, my friend, has something on the 4-hour time frame that I'm actually going to highlight out of everything else. I've actually made one lengthy video for XRP why it can actually go to $18, and also keep in mind that DXP is one of the XRP projects where they're trying to build a decentralized exchange using XRP ledger. So guys, if XRP makes it to like $18-20 and XRP projects start to hit up, I think this is like a layer 2 project here, and layer 2 projects are pretty amazing. So their ICO, you can join their ICO and you can even get something in return if you hold up their pre-token sale. But the thing is, you have XRP, and if you just bring in this one resistance line here, and we bring another resistance line right over here, we have the maximum time until, what is this, 26th of September. So by 26th of September, we're going to see a decision coming for this triangle. So the name of the triangle is also known as descending triangle. So you have move up, move down, move up, move down, move up, move down like this. You're going up and down, up and down. So by 26 September, let's say by 15, it could be even by 10, it could be today, tomorrow. If you start to break up, retest, you're going to go to the target. If you break down and go a little bit lower, then the next technical target out of this descending triangle is going to be all the way to $2, right? So which actually means, I'm not saying it's going to be super bearish and it's going to be the end of the world. It's a 23% move down, and we've seen even worse than 23%, so it's pretty normal for me. Okay, so that is descending triangle. You can go to tradingview.com, you can put in your drawing like this and try to follow where XRP is going to go. Let's actually talk about Ethereum, and let's check what Ethereum is doing. So the thing with Ethereum is that right now it is pretty sideways, right? It is pretty much sideways. I'm trying to figure if this is like a diamond top coming into play right now, because it almost looks as if diamond top, they're trying to print a diamond top. Maybe it is a diamond top. Let's see. Well, it almost looks like a diamond top, but I'm not very convinced if it's something like that. Or maybe it's another descending triangle, maybe something like this. Okay, we're going to ignore that. But the most important thing that I want to talk about, other than a pattern, is a potential ABC correction, right? So, not Bitcoin, but Ethereum has made one move up, second leg down, a third move up, fourth leg down, and this is probably the fifth. Now it could be that this is the fifth. Maybe we could see another move up to $5,800, which could be the fifth. So wherever the fifth wave is going to be, maybe let's say if this is the top, right, you can expect to see an A massive move down, B correction here, and maybe a C correction. I think even maybe to $2,800, maybe even to $3,000 could even happen for a massive ABC correction. So I'm not very sure exactly where the corrections are going to be, but what we can do, we can actually use fib retracements, and we can go in here, we can check the fib retracement for the recent impulsive move from basically if you treat, you know, the bottom right at, you know, 33.79 all the way to the top of $5,000 here. Yeah, the first wave could actually be all the way down to like 0.618. If you lose this, then maybe even 1.618, but that is for the future. Yeah, but I think if this is going to be your top right here, you can actually expect a little bit of a move lower to 39.15 in the next coming couple of days. And then there will be the first wave. You know, this could be the huge A correction. If you lose 0.618, you could actually go down to 34.73, move up again to $4,000, make people bullish. But this will be your B correction. So people are going to be bullish, it's going to be a B correction, and then they're going to fall even lower. And let me tell you one more thing is that when we do ABC correction, understand this, that the A, right, the A wave is always smaller than the C wave. So this is the first A. So if you take the length of A and you make a very small B correction, which is a relief rally, the C is going to be bigger, right? So a small A, B, and then a very big C correction to the downside. So keep that in mind. But sometimes there is a variation of ABC correction where you can even have a very flat ABC, something like this. You could even have like almost like it does look like a double bottom. Instead of having a very long C correction, you could even have a very flat one. So that is another option that can happen. Both of them are actually ABC corrections. So we've done XRP, we've done Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's talk about Solana, right? Let's get into Solana, in my opinion, and check what is going on. So back some couple of days ago, or maybe I think 10-15 days has passed by now, and I think at that time Solana was trading at $190, and I talked about the fact that Solana has a maximum time of 2nd of October to make a decision, right? So this decision, in my opinion, is probably coming to an end. Yeah, we still have time, right? We still have time, probably until 10 of October, just a little bit of a adjustment with the trend line, because as you can see, this is your first touch, move up, first touch, move up again, first touch, move up again. You could be rejected, fall down to 185, maybe come up again, maybe move sideways a little bit, and then pop to the upside. Then you're good to go to maybe $200 and $300 department, or maybe just drop down along with Bitcoin, and you could be looking at a $97 in the future. So to me, Solana is very close to do something. It really depends on number of traders. So who is the most bullish and who is the most bearish, I really do not know. The EMAs right now are still good. You know, it's still in an uptrend. We're still having that bull cross. It is still maintained, of course. It's really maintained right now. But what about the RSI? The RSI has a bearish divergence. So you have this move to the upside, resistance as well, and a bearish divergence. So in normal cases, when you start to make a bearish divergence right on that resistance, I'm not saying you cannot push up, but in most cases it shows lack of purchasing power. Okay, when you go to that resistance and you're not breaking it, and on top of that you're making a bearish divergence, that is just a sign of weak buying, and it's more of a selling sign right at the resistance. Now, of course, retail investors are going to come in and think that, oh my goodness, this is amazing. You know, they're going to get bullish on resistance, and it's not a good idea. Just maybe wait for the flip, the retest, buy the retest, and then put a stop loss, and it could be actually a very safe trade for you to take. So that's it for the video, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Love.